As China prepares to host the Winter Olympic Games, its zero-COVID policy has meant that millions of its citizens are being placed under draconian laws. Reports and visuals that have been shared by desperate Chinese citizens on the social media show how people are being herded into quarantine camps by the Chinese government. Now, these videos that have been widely shared show rows of metal containers which are being used to house COVID-19 patients. Now, these containers have tiny toilets and the bare minimum essentials. Those under quarantine are forced to remain in the metal boxes for as long as 2 weeks. The videos also showed workers in hazmat suits providing food to these people. Some of them have complained that very little food is left for them in the freezing metal boxes. Now, these videos talk about the situation in Xi'an, Anyang and Yuzhou, where people have been quarantined after a few cases of Omicron were reported. In all, reports suggest that 20 million people, including 13 million in Xi'an, have been quarantined in these cities and are living in tiny containers. Reports also indicate that people are herded in buses from areas where there is an outbreak and brought to these quarantine centers. The few voices that have made their way to social media from China suggest that residents can be evicted from their homes at a short notice and sent to quarantine facilities if infections are detected during a mass testing campaign. All non-essential businesses are shut, apart from food shops, some other essential suppliers. The measures are part of China's strict zero-COVID policy, under which Beijing is aiming to eliminate the outbreak before the Lunar New Year and the Winter Olympic Games next month. Travel in and out of China is severely restricted for foreigners, and there have been restrictions on internal movement since the pandemic began. There are also strict controls on moving between China's cities, and of course there is a further mandatory period of self-isolation for those who are permitted to travel. Most schools in China are closed and public transport has been suspended, with almost no vehicular movement allowed. These, of course, are attempts of China to control any outbreak before it heads into the Winter Olympic Games.